Purity pressed down upon shoulders where happiness weighs like snowflakes blanket in the earth. Lower self's gravity, higher self's tragedy to become vanity's slave. Chained to pleasure till senses is numb. The second senses become crisp air for the soul. Breathe in the untainted air of liberation to wash away the painted tears of subjugation. Now is real. Fill basins with prayers drunk by the weak. Hoping, wishing, wish now could change. When change is now. Sky open and wet, virtues rained on, pain steps to clear paths.
Alright, what's happening? We're trying to see if we get some people in the building who up in here, man. What's happening, y'all? What's happening, man? Just sitting there pushing these days, man. Just celebrating, just grinding. Just grinding, man. Grinding, focusing on freedom, focusing on building. It took so long to actually get here. You know, it's like I was telling my boy who was on Instagram Live, and I just telling him the story, and not realizing how many people didn't see what I were like. Damn, I know you've been through that. I know you've been through that, K. You know, being like I was telling people, man, being shot in the head was good, man. Montana, what's happening, bro? Like, nigga, it's just realizing how life actually, you know, when you go down a particular path, man. You know what I mean? Being 16 in a hospital with a bullet in your head, shot in your face, shoulder, and I was just like how that journey had ended up starting. Besides before that, you know what I'm saying? Besides before the fact and going, you know, as far as the streets and hustling and all that. I ain't even going into that, but just the fact of prison and where a person was at in there, and like how that particular journey started. And you know, when you end up, it's crazy because you take a child, man, and the child ends up in prison from that. I mean, and just looking at it, it's like, you know, you old enough now, you got kids and stuff like that, you look at dudes at 16, 15, 16, 17-year-old now, and they get into trouble. Like, they got out. Yeah. Imagine that shit, 16-year-old, shot in the head in the hospital, right? Remember, when I got shot, it was head, face, and shoulder. Alright, he shot in the head in there and then get arrested in the hospital. Arrested for juvenile warrant and drugs was found on them, and some clothes. Clothes that I got shot in, there was some drugs in there in one of the pockets. So, filing that out, you know what I'm saying? Filing that out and that happening, you know, at 16 and going right from there, not even getting a full chance to recover, but going straight from the hospital, alright? Straight to Rikers Island. Straight from the hospital, straight to Rikers Island, C-74. So when I went from the hospital to C-74, I had a shower cap on my head, right? They just threw a shower cap on my head. Niggas, I still had staples going from here. I don't know if y'all can see a little bit from here all the way around, right? I had staples in my head, right? So bullshit, like it was here in the back, because they didn't cut it. They had just shaved the front, because that's what they had to do the surgery at. So they just shaved the front, cut to get into my face. So they cut from temple to temple to pull my face down, right? To get the bullet out. Now, when I say not getting no chance to really recuperate and recover, like that did not happen, right? Within a week, I was on Rikers Island. Dude, like I said, they threw a shower cap on my head and sent me to Rikers Island, C-74. All right? So it's there. It's like I'm already, you know, at that age, you're already dealing with all these damn emotions, right? Still coming with terms like, damn, I just got shot. I got shot in my head. Like, still trying to figure that out, right? And trying to realize that at that age. Everybody like, oh, yo, it's a blessing. You survive, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, a kid at that age, in my mind, what I was thinking about, like, I wasn't thinking, I survived what? But I survived. That's what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? In my head, like, well, I survived. I'm handcuffed. They sending me to Rikers Island. I got a charge, right? I'm thinking about the beef. Right, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get whoever it was that shot me. I'm thinking about getting at them, right? So the only thing that like consumed me was rage, anger, hate, right, death. Right, it's the only thing that was on my mind, the only thing. And it's crazy because my family like, oh man, you just blessed, man, you survived. You know, you could have died, and boom. And it all sounded good, but like I said, when you're a teenager and you trying to interpret these feelings, you trying to interpret what happened. Big Wish, what's happening, homie? Wish the Dawn, what up? Wish, did you get the album, Wish? Album is out, bro. The album is out, bro. My album is out, Wish. Did you get the album? Black Ron, salute. Salute. And it's just understanding, like, going from a teenager going to that type of thing, and you got those feelings going on inside of you. It's like, nigga, it's rage, hate, anger. You want to get the person that shot you. You don't know what's going on, and you go right from the hospital bed, handcuffed. You go right to Rikers Island, C-74, bro. So being like going to C-74, like, nigga, not healthy. Like, I had to go to the clinic every day. They was calling me down to mental health every day to try to check on me, and I'm worried. And it's crazy because I wasn't even worried about my health. I'm worried about an image. I gotta be tough. I can't let nobody front on me. I can't let nobody like try to punk me. And my life is on the line. Like, and just understanding what's going on in a young kid's mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, my life is literally on the line. Like, I just come out the hospital. I wasn't out the hospital for a week. Bro. And they sent me from there straight to C-74. And, you know, you being around other, like, adolescents and some of these kids, you know, the kids are just wilding, no regard for nothing, right? They don't care. I got a scar going around my head. Right? Dudes, let me tell you what happened. I ended up ended up running in my locker, right? I went to the clinic. I went to the clinic with them for them to check my wounds and bandages, so I had to go there every day. So I ended up going to the clinic, get my wounds checked, come back to the dorm. I was in Mall 2 at the time. I come back to Mall 2, I get into I found out my damn locker was broken into. So, mind you, like I said, fresh out the hospital, eye bloodshot red, other eye red. Had a big scar under my eye, right? The wound across my head was still fresh. Had a bandage on my shoulder, like I was twisted, right? And it's funny because just telling the story, this is one of the reasons I end up, this is how I end up becoming affiliated and joining the gang. There was one person, it was one kid there, and there wasn't a lot of bloods and nothing there at the time. It was like one dude that was blood inside that house. The house was ran by Nietas, and I think it was some god bodies that worked with them, but it was mainly Nietas that ran that house. Mall 2 at the time. And when that happened, I came back. Only person that came to me was the homie. Homie came to like, yo, bro, I know who did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, his little man told him, no worry, we're gonna get your stuff back. All right. And you just showing me the ropes, man. So I end up getting my stuff back, end up beating one of the kids that went into the locker, but beating up one of the kids that went to the locker, but to come to find out it wasn't really him. It came from the dudes that ran the house. You know what I'm saying? Telling him to do that to me. And I didn't really understand it. I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand like the jailhouse politics, full building politics. Like, I didn't understand none of that. I didn't understand gang politics. I didn't understand none of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just coming from the hospital, recovering from a bullet in my head. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to figure out my damn case. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. And it's a whole, like, being thrown into a whole different world. Like, a whole different world. You know, kids was being taken advantage of, kids was getting beaten, kids was getting starved, it was so much stuff going on in there. And of course, me being the individual I was, I'm like, nigga, I'm not going for none of that. But I wasn't in no position to be fighting. I wasn't in no position to do anything. I should have been in the hospital, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And I just look at how they treat kids, how they treat us. You know what I'm saying? Like us, when our young self, when we coming through, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about none of that, bro. Health, mental health, they don't give a damn about none of that. They just put your situation and tell you, nigga, go ahead, survive. Survive the best way you know how. All right? And it's crazy because that's what ends up happening. We go into these situations, we start surviving the best way we know how. And a lot of times we turn into the animals that, you know, we kind of hated. or turn into the people or dispositions and character of the people that we don't like. We become the people that be abusing others. We become the ones that start oppressing everybody else. We become the ones that start taking advantage and exploiting and violating individuals, right? The same thing that happened to me, as far as me coming through bruised up from the hospital, like I get ran in, I feel, we start taking stuff. I turn around, I'm healthy, I start taking stuff from individuals. I mean, and it just shows the cycle that particular, those conditions actually creates. Right? And like, I just think, man, I just think a lot, man, after even going through that, just like I was explaining to someone a little while ago, how not having an opportunity to really get my mind together, right? At that age, like, you go from getting shot, getting arrested in the hospital, going right to Rikers Island, right? Going right to the Ford building, taking the plea deal, going right upstate, right? And when I went upstate, they sent me to a men's prison, right? So I go upstate to a men's prison, but right before that happens, right before I went up to a men's prison, though, they started an investigation started in another case. So now, while I'm already serving time, I got a 2 to 6 years, so I'm already serving time for this case. I end up getting rearrested, right, for a homicide that took place, before me get shot, before any of that happened. Right, it was like an old homicide. They told on that, so they ended up bringing me back down from upstate. They brought me back down to the Rikers Island, right? I got rearrested. They took me. It's crazy because they brought me down, went to Rikers Island. I went to the city. They brought me to Queens to rearrest me. Had to actually go to the precinct from up north to the damn precinct. I think it was a 113th precinct in Queens to rearrest me, process me, and all that all over again. So now I done took the plea for 2 to 6, and now I got a homicide case I'm fighting. All right. So this all happened within. What was that? August. So this all happened within a 6-month period. Within a 6-month period. So I really want y'all to understand that shit, bro. Within a 6-month time span, right? What happened to a kid? Remember, 16 years old. So within a 6-month time span, 16 years old, shot in the head, face, and shoulder, arrested in the hospital, sent to Rikers Island, took a plea, copped out, right? Took 2 to 6 years, went up north, got rearrested, came back down from up north, went to the 113 piece and rearrested. Like, all this shit happened, bro, within a 6-month time span. So I'm just trying to just say that just to imagine what was going on in the mind of a 16-year-old, bro. Like, just imagine that shit within 6 months. So not to mention all the little stuff that was going on in between, dealing with the officers, court, going back and forth to the clinic. I had like 2 episodes where I actually lost my sight. Like, I went blind, right? Like, I had gotten to a matter of fact, the Spanish dude had jumped me. That dude had jumped me. I'm fighting with getting it on, but in the mix of me getting it on with them, I went blind, right? I went blind. Mind you, fresh out the hospital, still going through all of this particular stuff, right? Then getting into fights, stuff, going to the box, like going through all that shit, all this within a 6-month time span, bro. 16, from me being shot to being rearrested, me being rearrested with a homicide case. So by the time I came back down within those 6 months, when I came back down from up north and came back to Rikers Island, I was a little healthier. Throughout the recovery, of course, my head was feeling better. I had put a little how I go blind. So, mind you, the medical terminology, what happened, I don't know, right? But when I got shot right here. I got shot dead center, right? So I'm still recovering. Like, I was only in the hospital for a week, right? So for a week, they sent me to Rikers Island, right? So when I'm on Rikers Island, I'm fresh on the island. Getting into mad, dudes don't care how I look or none of that. I was getting into mad shit. Like, the scar was fresh going across my head. Both my eyes was like bloody red. One eye was like full of, like, you could see it. It was like literally like full of blood. Other one was red. I had a big flesh wound under my eye because a bullet like struck my face. Had a flesh wound under my eye, and I got shot in the shoulder. So there was pressure. I guess the pressure from my head, but I didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? I just knew I was in a fight, right? And of course, getting a head blow, getting hit, like hitting your head in a fight, like, and then I just got shot in my head. Like anything could have happened. I could have died. You know what I'm saying? Literally, like I could have fucking died in that situation. So anything could have happened. So thankfully, it was just me going blind for a couple minutes. You know what I'm saying? And nothing else happened behind that. But scrapping, going through it, and I never forget, it was this dude from Harlem and shit that seen me out there. He was like, yo, man, damn, bro, you handled that like it wasn't nothing. And me, I'm just like, yeah, you know, trying to front. But in the back of my head, I'm scared to death. I'm like, what the, like, I didn't understand what just happened. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand what just happened. I knew I still had, you know, I know I still, like, everything was going on because I was swinging and still going, but I just could not see. This happened to me twice down there. This happened to me twice, bro. Twice. Bro. Other time, dudes were trying to get at me for my sneakers at Four Main. So this was like Four Main. This was I forgot the dude's name. The Spanish dude had Four Main. So majority of the Latin dudes had houses on Smash at that time, right? Miatas, Mar 2, Four Main. You had the Spanish dudes that had a Four Main on Smash, whatever. But anyway, went there. They made me fight this big dude for talking about, yo, you want your sneakers? I had to fight him for my sneakers. I went blind in that fight too. And it's crazy because I was spanking him. I was spanking him until I couldn't see, and I just curled up. Or I just curled up and just it just took it. But the thing was just that actually going through that situation, you know what I'm saying? Actually going through that and being a kid. And I look now like, what the fuck? If my son was going through that, bro, imagine your son, like, a lot of us dudes of age, you older, and you look back, like, imagine your son going through that, your child going through that. I mean, not understanding what's going on. Then I gotta go to court. Then I get rearrested. Then I'm trying to face these charges. What's happening, bro? Then I'm facing these other charges, right? Not really going to court, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to figure out my condition, trying to figure out like how I'm gonna adjust as far as the side there is concerned, getting my weight up, not being victimized, nigga, not being like, nigga, you ain't gonna punk me. I'm all this stuff going through, and I'm a kid. I'm like, nigga, you gonna respect me. I don't care what it is, but I still don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with my case. I don't know what's going on like with my health, right? On top of that, I end up catching 2 more cases, right? In the mix of all of this shit going on, I end up catching 2 more cases, bro. I got 2 more cases on, right? Like one directly inside the court pens, right? In Queens court pens for shooting somebody in the court in the back side of the courtroom, which actually affected my case. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, which actually affected my case. Then the other one was on Rikers Island. Right? It was a shooting on Rikers Island. But all of this was going. So now what ends up happening, I got the homicide case I got rearrested for. It's Slim from Amsterdam. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, homie. Whoa. So I got the homicide case I'm fighting, and now I got 2 more assaults, right? That I caught while being on Rikers Island, coming back and forth from upstate, going down to court, going back upstate, then coming back down for court, going upstate, coming back down for court, right? Yeah, blessing to everybody in the chat, bro. G the Quinn, what up? Like, and just going back and forth for 3 years. For 3 years, bro. For 3 years, bro, I was going back and forth, upstate to Rikers Island. So the mental shift was crazy because here it is, an adolescent, I'm going right to the adult prisons. And when I'm going to these adult prisons, nigga, I'm in Attica, Wendy, right? Did I go anywhere else when I came down? No, so those are the two prisons I was mainly at when I was going to Rikers Island. I went to Attica. I stayed in Attica like a year, and then I went to Wendy Correctional Facility. I stayed in Wendy probably like a year, and then I went to Upstate Box when they just opened up Upstate Box. They had sent me there, but that was that. Shit, Wendy is past Buffalo, bro. Shit is past Buffalo. That's Wendy is like at the end of New York. You got Wendy and Lakeview. I think Lakeview was like a little bit further, right? But I was in both of those. I was in Lakeview box, not the big box they built, the jail single box they built, right? I was inside in Lakeview box because I had went there when I first went upstate with the 2 to 6. They sent me to Lakeview, and I was gonna go to the shock program, right? Because remember, I was adolescent, just came out the hospital. I copped out to a 2 to 6 to it was like a probation violation and drugs, right? So they sent me to Wendy. They denied me the program though. They denied me the program. I ended up getting denied the program. But what ended up happening is I'm there in Wendy, right? I end up smoking something in Wendy. Got nuts and I started to mess with the homies. It was a bunch of bros, dudes there. Or it was a lot of bros there, man. But end up smoking something in Wendy and went to their box. So I was in that particular box, right? When you talking about racism in there was crazy. That was the first time I really encountered like a serious count of racism. Allahu Akbar, bro. Vandy Kapaya, Allahu Akbar, bro. I'm glad because I ended up relocating myself. I relocated to Georgia, but those conditions and going through that, like from being an adolescent, going from Rikers Island, then to Wendy Correctional Facility, encountering racism, encountering the dynamics of being so far from the city, going from there to Attica, right? I went from Wendy Correctional Facility, I went right from there to Attica, right? And mind you, I turned 17 years old in Attica. So just you know how serious it was. Like I turned 17 years old, bro, in Attica Correctional Facility. And just what was going through the actual mindset, like go from there, going there. Now I'm fighting these three cases, and I'm just dying, bro. I'm just sitting there thinking about this shit. Now, like I already had a 2 to 6, and I did the math on if I would have lost all those cases, I would have ended up getting 60 years to life, right? I would end up getting 60 years to life because they were trying to give me 10 for one, right? And then being that I had a felony, and that made it another felony, right? I made another one. Then that would have made it persistent. I'd have been a persistent felon. So they offered me to me, I'm gonna get 25 years for the second assault, right? And then on top of that, I had the homicide case I was fighting, right? Which the max for that was 25 to life, right? You can just imagine what was going on in my head, bro. I was like losing my mind. Like I didn't like care about nothing. It was just I did whatever I wanted. Like you're not gonna tell me nothing. I don't care who it was, police, prison, whatever. I just was rebelling all the way around the board because I was so confused. You know, being a kid, I was so confused, bro, and so lost to what was happening to me in that situation, and then my own feelings as well, right? Nah, hell yeah. This was just Vandy, bro. It's just now just expressing, you know what I'm saying, what I've actually been through, right? And one of the reasons now for that is because I just dropped the album, right? People like, yo, okay, I just dropped the spoken word album, and the spoken word album, is basically telling my story, right? Telling what happened from when I blew trial to me being released, right? And in that moment, actually explaining the feelings. So to the corners of paradise. So actually the feelings and just the mindset, because a lot of individuals will go through these situations and not understand what they've been through, not understand how to actually interpret their feelings, right? Not really get how trauma or how traumatized they are and how the trauma affects them in their everyday life, right? How stabbings and shootouts and banging and just living that particular lifestyle for so long, what it does to your mind, right? And how it affects you. And a lot of times I've been seeing individuals now since I've been home, like I've been home 3 years now, right? I end up, so to go, just to move a little forward, I end up beating the 2 jail cases, and I blew trial to the homicide case, right? So when I blew trial to the homicide case, I got sentenced to 25 years to life, right? I did 25 years to the day, walking every day of that, bro. I did 25 years exactly, right? At the end of that 25 years, I was able to see the parole board, and I made my first parole board by the mercy of Allah, right? Thank Allah for that, bro. I made my first parole board. So I've been home 3 years now, right? A little over 3 years and some months now, right? And in that process, when I was in prison, I used to write poetry. And, you know, it was very, very personal to me. During things I just held inside. It was very personal to me. But now, what I just did was, I just released a poetry album. It's like a poetry album, but it's like urban, boom, boom, and it's explaining the story, right? And I was telling individuals, like, you know what? Can you help us beat cases? What type of case? I don't know if I can help you. I can give you some good advice. I'm not an attorney, but definitely I'll give you some advice if needed. And if I know it. If not, then you know what I mean, know the direction to actually lead you in. But if it's something I do know, I will share it. You know what I'm saying? If you need help, whatever your condition is. But if you do need some help seriously, you can I don't know if you can message on this privately, but go to my Instagram, Kevin41996, DM me on Instagram, and we can, you know what I'm saying, if I can do something to help you, I'll help you, bro. I mean, just understanding it. But what ended up happening is, after me getting that time, right, and then doing 25 years of being released, one of the things I tell people now is that I found freedom, right? I found freedom while I was in prison. So a lot of individuals don't understand that shit, bro. I found freedom while I was in prison. I found purpose while I was in prison. So just that alone is like, how the fuck, how you find freedom in prison? How you find this and thing? And it's like, because I took my mind outside of there. I kept growing. I kept elevating. I ain't let that condition shape me. I ain't let that turn me into so many other brothers around me. Dudes become institutionalized. Dudes become super hardcore. Dudes become bitter, right? Dudes become caught up in all of the prison politics and propaganda. Like, that shit became dudes' lives. Yo, bro, yo, heard such and such. You talking about everything and everybody instead of the cultivation of yourself, instead of building yourself and your family. Great help me. So I was in mid-state back to 17, changed my life around, did the whole 180, got tired of doing 360. I'm older now, Stacy. Yeah, Vanny, seriously. And a lot of individuals don't do that, because sometimes it takes people to hit rock bottom to really to turn around. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we don't understand what that point is. What it was for me was my grandma's coming to upstate box, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on level 1, right? I'm on level 1 and upstate, like, and you don't know, if you're on upstate, you're on level 1, you gotta go down there and shackle. Nigga, I gotta go down there and shackle to see my grandmother. And that shit broke my heart, bro. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just that one moment, but even before that, like, I felt my heart like blackening, bro. Like, I felt myself turning completely, like, just wicked, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't like that shit. I didn't like feeling that way, because I always was a, you could get money and fun, you know what I'm saying? Chicks, boop, boop, like smart, and like, that's what I was on, you know what I mean? Of course, you handle business, whatever, but the thing is, nigga, I ain't walking around miserable and tight. So when I felt my heart blackening, and like my face screwed up all the time, I'm angry. I was angry all the time. Like, people, like, bro, people used to see me. Some people didn't even want to be around me, bro. Those people that didn't even want to be around me, homie. Like, those individuals that didn't know how to talk to me, didn't know how to approach me. Some of my own homies, like when I was in that life, it's like some of my own homies like didn't even know how to approach me, how to talk or nothing, because it's just like my disposition. Like, nigga, I was unpredictable. unpredictable. Like you couldn't read me. It was. I didn't like that feeling. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that feeling at all, bro. So when you feel yourself slipping and things getting real dark, and it's like, nigga, what you gonna do about it? You gonna let the darkness consume you? You gonna let this wickedness consume you? You gonna let prison life or gang banging or whatever, the streets, you gonna let it consume you? And that's what was, and that came from me educating myself, though, starting to become aware of the actual signs, aware of the signs that you losing yourself. Like, bro, it's crazy. Because one time when I found that out, I had reached out to my family and told them I needed to visit. Like, yo, come see me, I need to visit. Like, I really need to visit. Cause I was once banging too hard to wake up because people be snake blowing the grass there myself. I used to be 8 myself. I got up because too many things were going on, almost lost everything. You know what? It's crazy. I know exactly what you mean, bro. I know exactly what you mean. Exactly, bro. And I was one of those, I was around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was around it. I mean, those that know my name, like KK, like everybody knew who, like, yo, bro, KK, yo, da da da. Like, I was in it all the way, bro. You know what I'm saying? We were sharp, bro. Stayed away from things, stayed quiet. Like, nigga, you wasn't allowed to even talk to me in certain situations, bro. We're not even doing that. You talk to bro, ain't that your, that's the gin, right? You can holler at him before you come holler at me. Like, don't even involve me in that. Yo, you doing that over there? Yeah, I handle that over there. Don't even involve me in that. And can you shout Dixon Myers? He got in the hospital today. Damn, bro, shout out Dixon Myers. He's in the hospital. He's in the hospital today. Man, prayers to the bro. Prayers for Dixon. Bro, RP shit, man. Damn, my boy Josh. Rest in peace, Josh too, man. Just passed though too, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Just died. Your boy just died. Had a heart attack. 44 years old. Just died. But shout out to Dixon, though, man. Prayers go out to you, man. I hope you get a speedy recovery, though, bro. But it's yeah, something along the same line in regard to feeling free while being locked up. I'm reading this book at the moment, and the mind is a powerful thing, but to control with discipline. That's what I had to learn. And it was crazy. There was a situation, right? There was a situation where a dude approached me, right? This is in Wendy too. I'm in a gym, and this is when I'm like at the height of my thing. I'm realizing my power. Dudes is following me. I think I was like 19, like 18, 19 years old. But dudes, I ain't got no status, but dudes are looking at me like the big homie because I was smart, right? I was smart. Jean Nulfer Grimson. He said Jean Nulfer Tigrimson. But that's funny. Sorry if I didn't pronounce it right though, bro. Thank you anyway. I appreciate that, Jean. I appreciate that, Jean. Born. You had to try though. But I was like 19 years old, and dudes looked at me like I was the leader, right? Because I had money. Nigga was clean, looked good, stayed fresh, jewel up. I was getting a bag, I was going on a visit, and I was tough. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, motherfucker can think. So when they seen that, and you got these certain leadership qualities, older grown ass men was following behind me, right? And I noticed that then. So I noticed the power that I gained while I was in there, right? So one day I'm in the bathroom, right? I'm in the bathroom, and dude come in there like, yo, bro, you got an issue with me, bro? I'm like, what? Right, I'm paying him no mind because I'm like powerful in the jail. I'm high on the thing. It's like I'm looking at it like, yo, who the hell is this, right? Like, yo, bro, you was looking at me crazy. I was walking through the thing. Like, you got an issue with me? So I seen his dishes. So the first thing, automatically, me going through certain stuff, it clicks that you automatically size the person up. All right, let me see. Let me. All right, let's make sure I'm good and protected and well. So I'm good. I got him locked up. If I wanted to fire him and do anything, I already got him in a position to whereas, nigga, you ain't going nowhere, I got you, right? But he's not even paying attention to that. He's not even looking at it. He just got sized up. I just got him in a position where I backed him kind of like he's in a corner and he don't even realize like he's in a corner, right? Because he's, and I'm not giving him no sign like of me doing any of this, but he's really like, yo, bro, you was looking at me crazy. Like, you got an issue with me? You got an issue with me? I'm like, yo, bro, I don't even know you, homie. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't even know you. All right? So he's like pushing the issue, really pushing the issue. So a bunch of homies come in the bathroom, right? So mind you, he didn't know who I was. He didn't know I was affiliated. He didn't know dudes look at me like the big bro, right? He didn't know how much love I had. He didn't know none of that, right? So mad little homies come in the gym. They say, yo, what up, bro? They say what's up, whatever. But we in the gym, they was playing ball. Dudes coming in there, they washing their hands, going to use the bathroom. So I didn't say nothing. I didn't give no indication that anything was going on. And he ain't say nothing either, right? So for mine, I'm thinking like, yo, bro, he don't even know who I am. Like, I could have just started something right now and just had everybody just jump on him while I'm in the bathroom. I didn't do that though. I didn't do that. Let everybody leave. Everybody left when out of the bathroom. He go right back into it. Yo, bro, I'm like, bro, listen, you keep going on and on, bro. Like, I don't know you, homie. Like, seriously, I'm trying to remember I don't even know what you're talking about. So he trying to explain to me, like, nah, I was going to the mess hall and I was passing by and I think I was looking out the window, the law library window, you was looking out the window and you was like grilling me. Like, bro, I wasn't even, I think I do remember what you're talking about. I wasn't even looking at you. I was trying to get somebody's attention. I think I was on the line or something. But he still was acting like he wanted, and when I showed him that I wasn't trying to do nothing to him, I guess, that egged him on. He started feeling, I guess, a little braver, right? But somebody was listening. I didn't realize that. Somebody was listening to what was going on, right? And they came to the kid, pulled him, and like, yo, come here, real quick, let me holler at you. Josh, like, what? Let me holler at you. So the kid took him out and had a side talk with him, right? I don't know what he told him, what was said, any of that, right? I know he came back in, the kid apologized, right? He apologized to me. I'm like, man, all right, bro, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? That, boom, boom. We end up becoming cool later on. But the thing that I realized, right? I started realizing what power was, right? And understanding what that comedy made just about having discipline. And this is what kind of separated me from a lot of individuals. It's like, I could have did anything I wanted to him, right? For one, he wasn't even ready. I mean, like for no confrontation, because I could have, for one, I had a weapon on me, could have hit him right there. He wasn't in no way kind of protected. Wasn't nobody backing him or guarding him. His back was in the corner. I had him like side off, so if I wanted to throw anything, I could have got him any which way. He didn't realize that, right? Then when the homies came in the bathroom, I could have started something there. If I didn't want to do anything by myself, I could have started something right there with the homies, and they would have just jumped him, right? And finished him right then and there. But I didn't say that. It didn't alert to nothing. It still was trying to like bend. And what it did was known as that I actually let a brother live. And that shit felt good, right? It felt good understanding like, yo, you had the power to actually do something foul, right? You could have just whacked on something if you wanted to. Nobody would have said nothing. You wouldn't have got caught, right? Nothing would have happened, right? It would have just been like, yo, son put. But I wasn't thinking about that though. It always was for the betterment of not just myself, but for people, right? Was locked in back stronger than ever. We always was locked in back, you know what I'm saying, thing. And just understanding that, like, nigga, what we gonna do, because a lot of times we get tested daily. We get tested daily on our strength, on who we say we are, or who we say we supposed to be, right? We get tested daily, bro. Like, so you saying you smart, you saying you about your money, you saying you about your family, right? You saying you about that, but now when these tests come to you, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Somebody comes to you with a move like, yo, bro, I gotta move right now. You know what I'm saying? Yo, listen, I'm out there, yo, bro. Yo, here, take care of that business for me. I got you. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? Or bro, come hit you, yo, trying to throw something at you, what you gonna do? So daily we get these tests of our integrity and our honor and our respect, bro. And you see nowadays these people are falling victim to it. Dudes are being tested and they falling victim to it. And I'm explaining this and going through this because I remember a lot of times when we was on WeLockedN and we was going and people were like, yo, Kick never talk. He don't never say nothing about, him being a big homie. him, you know, his story, his gangbanging, and I'm like, because I wanted to control my narrative though. I didn't want nobody else to say anything. And nigga, I control my narrative, bro. You know what I'm saying? My thing, right? Yeah, I did 25 years. So I had a 20. I had a 2 to 6. I copped out to a 2 to 6 originally, right? End up catching 3 cases, right? End up catching 3 cases. Beat 2 of the cases and blew trial to a homicide case. Brown knew, what's up? So we locked in, right? I always gotta get shout out to my bros, man. Moshe and Mikey B, right? Channel is about redemption, bro. You know what I'm saying? Channel is about redemption. Channel is about overcoming trials, obstacles, right? You had individuals who've been through a lot of time, been through it, like really been through it. It was in the streets hustling, going in and out of town, selling weed, like was really involved in the street life. End up going to prison, doing a whole bunch of time in prison, right? Literally, I had a life sentence, I had 25 to life, right? Survived that, came out of that. I'm home now, I've been home 3 years now, but in the process of that, kept growing, right? In the process of that, kept building and became a man regardless of the situation. Didn't allow my condition to shape me, right? Didn't allow my condition to turn me into an animal or a savage or somebody disrespectful or a foul individual, right? I didn't allow my condition to do that. And this is why I say the channel becomes a story of redemption, of hope, of inspiration, right? Where you see an individual that been through that since he was a child, right? Remember, I went into prison when I was 16. I went into when I was 16 years old. So it's like I was explaining earlier. Got shot in my head, face, shoulder, got arrested in the hospital for a warrant that I had, right? Somebody in 16, I had a fucking warrant, right? They had a warrant. Police was looking for me. I had a warrant for my arrest at 16, right? They found drugs on the scene and everything. So I just copped out, took 2 to 6 years and went up north. So, but in the process of that, people was telling on me about cases that I committed before that, right? So I ended up getting rearrested in prison because people was telling, right? And then, when I got rearrested in prison, I ended up catching more cases like in jail. Right? I caught more cases in jail, but thank Allah I beat it. Now it's just been, I've been building. I'm saying I've been working in the community, been speaking, doing certain things, been building with my family, been doing a lot of stuff in the entertainment world. Work with Waka Flocka, like that's my little cousin. So like really like my little cousin. So like been working with him. Deb Anthony, that's my aunt, my real aunt. Not like, yo, that's auntie, that's my aunt. I mean, that's my family. Bimmy, you know, everybody who's hearing Bimmy's story, story that was going on with him, that's my uncle, for real. So when they say like grew up in all of that stuff, like grew up in it, grew up in around Supreme Team, grew up in all this shit going on Southside Jamaica, Queens, grew up in it, went to prison, been around it, like, yeah, like really been doing it. So now it's just like me coming on, sharing my story. I just dropped the album. I just dropped the spoken word album. Yeah, word, salute to the bros as well, always. They like Moshe going through a lot. Like he's been studying college, getting a degree, going for his doctorate, got his master's degree. Like he's, my boy going in. Mikey as well. Mikey been taking extra classes, been working in the organization in Syracuse. Me, I've been all up, working with my family, working with things. Like I said, I just dropped the album too. I just dropped the spoken word album. Hold up, I'm gonna play something for y'all. Cause I'm fasting as well, so I gotta go get some water. I'm about to go get some water to break my fast and stuff. I ain't even break my fast yet, and I gotta pray. I'm gonna put the album on right now. I'm gonna go run and get some water and be back. But this is
Alexander, 20 cell on a visit. Memphis, 15 cell on a visit.
Y'all hear that?
Alexander, 20 cell on a visit. Memphis, 15 cell on a visit. Let's go. Purity pressed down upon shoulders. What happiness ways.
Go get the album.
Like snowflakes.
It's under my name, Kevin Ford. Kevin Ford, Caricatures of Pain. Go get that album. I'll be back.
Chained to pleasure till senses is numb. and second senses become crisp air for the soul. Breathe in the untainted air of liberation to wash away the painted tears of subjugation. Now is real. Fill basins with prayers drunk by the weak, hoping, wishing now could change when change is now. Sky opened and wet, virtues rained on pain, steps to clear paths. Stalk rocks inscribed with alephs, lambs, means, so I won't slip. On ice metaphors that tore and left hearts ripped, eyes blinded by the illusion of flesh, where fresh is birthed anew. Freedom, obligation.
Forward! 10 cell on a visit.
Damn. I wonder what that is right now. Needed that. See you, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Alexander, 20 cell on a visit. Memphis, 15 cell on a visit. Let's go.
Purity pressed down upon shoulders where happiness weighs like snowflakes blanketing the earth. Lower self's gravity, higher self's tragedy to become vanity's slave, chained to pleasure till senses is numb, and second senses become crisp air for the soul. Breathe in the untainted air of liberation to wash away the painted tears of subjugation. Now is real. Fill basins with prayers drunk by the weak, hoping, wishing now could change when change is now. Sky opened and wet, virtues rained on pain, steps to clear paths. Stalk rocks inscribed with alephs, lambs, means, so I won't slip. On ice metaphors that tore and left hearts ripped, eyes blinded by the illusion of flesh, where fresh is birthed anew. Freedom, obligation.
Forward! 10 cell on a visit.
Damn. I wonder what that is right now. Needed that. See you, I'm ready. I'm ready. Love can find you in the most craziest of circumstances. These walls and these cells, sometimes you become so guarded being in prison that you don't expect it. And then it just comes. A phone call, a letter. It just happens. It just happens. It's a crazy feeling. Floating on rivers, yet lost in streams. Heartbeats like the crashing of waves, I'm drowning. Heartbeat sounds casting a shade, my heart leaks pools, I'm bounding. There is no sun, there is no days. Just the night waters of emotion taking me farther from me. Seeing nothing but what I'm feeling, nothing but the rhythm of the sea. The wind's caressing, is this love? Is this love? Shit. That has me anchored and moored, hoping for land and sun, hoping my lungs don't flood and breathtaking.
I see somebody said, what it say? Reminded me of K Slade, 12 a.m. login.
Me so helpless, soaked and afraid.
So, it's funny, right? There was a couple questions though I'm gonna answer though. So, bro had asked, were you always a Muslim or converted in prison? So, I was Muslim when I was a kid. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I was Muslim when I was a child. My father was Muslim. My father was in the streets. Like he had a big name and stuff in the streets, and my father almost lost his life. That's how he ended up converted to Islam. Like, he ended up almost losing his life, and like turning his life around and became Muslim seriously. So when he did that, of course, he started teaching me Islam. He actually sent me to a Muslim school when I was a kid, like fifth, sixth grade. I went to a Muslim school where the whole school was Muslim. I was part of a martial arts group. I used to teach the kids. It was super disciplined. So I guess that's a lot where my discipline came from, though. Being serious, stern, and then because like being there and growing up around in that environment, the brothers were serious. We protected the sisters. Remember, we was going to we had martial arts class every day, right? And we was building. So what ended up happening though is I wasn't staying with my father no more. This is when I had lived with him. I had lived with him for like 2 years or something like that. But it was just too much. He couldn't handle the living conditions as far as money and stuff like that is concerned. So he was me. He had his wife. He had 2 other kids. I think he just had a baby. So it was 4 of us. So my pops, his wife at the time, me, and 3 of my siblings. My father couldn't handle the conditions, whatever, so I went back to go live with my grandmother. So me and going back to live with my grandmother, and he couldn't afford the school anymore because he had to pay for me and my brother school, so he couldn't afford that. So back to public school, back to go stay with my grandmother, and that's when I started deviating. When I was a kid, when I was like 5th, 6th grade, I started deviating again. You know what I'm saying? Early 90s, like late 80s, early 90s, young kid in public school, around it. So you already know, just started going down the wrong direction. And what happened while I was in prison, I started actually coming back to the deen. It's like because being in that setting, like I didn't forget certain things. It was like certain prayers stayed with me, certain actions and mannerisms stayed with me, and that kind of I didn't believe that helped me as well. But what I did do is like during my studies, I was just studying everything, studying and learning. Different religions, Kemetic science, Kabbalah, like I was studying everything, right? Like, as a kid, lost, you're looking for purpose, you're looking for self, you're looking for ways to actually grow and find something or some substance, because you go through everything in prison and it be like, it's the same thing. It's the same cycle again and again and again and again, over and over, right? It's like you can predict what the hell is gonna happen, because it's just like, that's how I viewed it. Like you can see everything, like, go from this jail to the next jail to the next jail. Like I probably stayed no more than a year and a half in 90% of the jails I was in, right? Like a year and a half, and I'm gone. Either they kick me out the jail, I'm in the box, get moved, boom. It was always the same thing. But I understood the cycle, and once I did that, like I wanted to break it. Because I felt like I was a slave. So many ways. I didn't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be no slave. I didn't want to have this situation have power over me, have control over me. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want this role. And I was seeing what it did to the people. You know what I mean? Salute. So judge blindly and label what I'm not. So many ways to show who I am. And I was seeing what it did to the people. And myself, I'm like, I want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing dudes really, really lose themselves. And it's crazy because now I see a lot of that mentality out here, right? You see it out here in the streets. You see it on social media. You see it out here where there are people and they're still just caught up in everything but their growth and development. They're still caught up in everything but finding their own passion and purpose, right? they're still caught up in the exploitation of each other and the downgrading and belittling and the gossips and all that of each other. And shit is nonsense, bro. It's the same thing inside there. Same thing, bro. Oh, so honest on legacy, always. Oh, it's the same, and it's the same thing. And when a person get caught up in that and they're not growing and they're stuck, nigga, it's the same thing we're using. If you're in the streets, if you're in prison, anything, nigga, it's the same thing. Nigga, if you're not growing and moving forward, what are we doing? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Not growing or moving forward or progressing, what are we doing? I mean, and that's the biggest thing, bro. Hold up, I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to hear this though too, because remember I told you I just dropped the album, bro. I just dropped the album. I just dropped the spoken word album, bro. That's like shit different. Stagnating if you're not growing. Facts. Listen to this. Hey, listen to this.
So many ways to show who I am. My true self, my godly self, my universally attuned self. Through speech that's lacking, through a walk with feet chained, a smile perception stained, action seen as acting. What's not seen? Lies, arrogance, pride, rudeness. So judge blindly and label what I'm not. So many ways to show who I am. Through my belief and stance, my hair, my plans, a presentation of my heart, uncertainty and chance. This beautiful stage that displays hopes and dreams, passions, growth, the human power rarely seen. To show who I am, to bathe in this power, and filled with eyes that love, giving who I am through souls and senses, showing truth and finding more ways to display intentions lost in youth. An isolated comfort, lost in between sounds, growing, staying down where peace parades and serenades my mind, where nothing soothes and nothing moves but my soul. Cocooning in its depths, breath stepped upon to reach higher, the light of my heart guiding where light is blinding and darkness reveals. Parts of me thought numb, parts of me thought cold. I find a wonderful soul inside this dark hole. I find a wonderful soul. Hey yo, inside this dark hole. Yeah, y'all going out right now? Yo, come to hit my cell. Come to hit my cell. Bro, hold up too. I got something going. I seen something out there, bro. Whoever wouldn't get hit too, man. That's how this thing, bro. Shit. Hit my fucking cell. Find a wonderful soul inside the dark hole.
You know, it's crazy, right? It's just, that joint there, though, it just making me think of my situations where you're in the mix of changing, right? Bro, listen, that whole thing is crazy. I'm telling you. No, I'm not like, I mean, like, this is, so the name of it is Caricatures of Pain, the trial of Kevin Ford. Pull it up. Caricatures of Pain, the trial of Kevin Ford. That's the name of it. Pull it up, bro. But it goes through that transition and explains what's happening, explains the conditions and mentality and what's going on in the soul of an individual inside that condition, right? Like in that particular one is like, you know, you grow, you learn shit, you growing, you elevating, but At the same time, you still stuck in that environment, right? At the same time, you still, it's on Apple Music. Yeah. It's on every platform. It's on every platform. Yeah. It's on Apple Music. So at that same you're not in there? So at the same token, right? You're in the mix of change, but you got some work you gotta put in. You know what I'm saying? You in the mix, you got some drama going on, but in the back, you done grew up, you done elevated. You know what I'm saying? You done got to this particular point of growth, and it's like, damn, I gotta go. Like I gotta go handle this. But when you do that, that shit hurt even more. Right? It hurt even more because you already know what you're capable of. You already know what you can do. You already know what's going on. But it's like you still got to end up doing this shit to this individual, this person, whatever, because it's like they haven't learned. They haven't learned, and you know their position. You know what I'm saying? And we don't underestimate nobody. We don't underestimate nobody. So you understand their position. So it's just like if he get one up on me, he possibly take my life. So now I'm in a situation. You know what I'm saying? So now I gotta take him off here because I don't want to lose my life. But at the same time, I know it, and that's the thing that comes with it. When you start knowing and you start thinking, it's like, you know what? I gotta remove myself from this situation. I gotta remove myself from this type of bullshit. Right? I gotta remove myself from individuals and these conditions that actually take me away for what I'm working on, from what I'm trying to be. And a lot of time that should be the hardest thing because I see you familiar. This is what you become familiar with. You become familiar with that shit. Like it becomes a part of you. That's why the last thing to that in that track, right? The journey, I'm like, yo, who are you? And I say in the background, like, who are you? You start asking yourself, like, who are you? Who, like, really? You gotta ask yourself that question, like, nigga, who are you? You trying to grow, you trying to build, you trying to do that, and you gotta ask like, who are you? Because these people are gonna stop that shit. They don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? And it don't be that. They may not mean you no harm. They may have genuine love for you, right? They may respect you and all that, but the thing is, their mentality, who they are, they're not there yet. They're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? They stuck where they at. And by you sticking with them and they stuck, they gonna stop you from elevating. They gonna stop you from moving forward because they stuck and you holding on to them and they stuck and you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go and keep moving. Then when you strong enough, and this is how you go back to help though. Then when you get strong enough on your own individually and you building, you popping, you got your shit going, and you stable and you solid, then you can go back and be like, yo, bro, what's up? I got this, I got that, blah, 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 what you trying to do? I can get you a job, I can set you up with this right here to help you get some money. I can put you on to this to help you elevate, to help you build. Then you can actually do that, all right? Then you can come back for them. And I always say, they're going to qualify, disqualify themselves. You know what I mean? From on the lockout. I don't know who that is, bro. I know people come on here, they say stuff, and boom. I don't know who that is. So why you copying my son Warpath from on the lockout? I don't know who that is, bro. Sorry. But if he's talking like that, then salute. Then salute to the bro. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the bro. Because it ain't something that's unique, or I say, oh, I'm the only one doing anything. It's like, my thing is growth development, bro. What I've been through myself, what I overcame myself is me. You know what I'm saying? What I overcame when I did, that's me. So if dude is about building and elevating and working together and really doing this shit for our people, nigga, let's link. Yeah, that's what I'm on. Nigga, let's link. Let's build, for real. Bro, I'm gonna go get that album too, nigga. The album done. I'm gonna get that album too, man. Kevin Ford, Caricatures of Pain. Let me get that. I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna get that album. I want to make sure he get that album. But I'm glad to see
Picking at the dead, flesh of dreams.
Look him up. Everybody know.
Political malfeasance.
Alright, hell yeah, I'm gonna look him up. What's his name? Hold up, Warpath on the lockout. Hell yeah, I'm gonna look him up. I am gonna look him up. Know a couple individuals that do that, and it's crazy because more brothers that's like that. I'm glad you mentioned that, because more brothers that's like that, that's the ones that need to be together. These the ones that need to be getting together, teaming up. You know what I'm saying? To really show what's right. He said on the lockout it's a bum. It was true. Copy.
We may say fantasy land, but it's not.
Copy. You know what I always say? You know what I say, Henny? Dudes qualify and disqualify themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's how it always goes. Dudes qualify and disqualify themselves. Because when it come down to putting in work, when it come down to really handling stuff, right? Just because, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if a person is doing that, then so be it, right? You're always gonna give him an opportunity. You're gonna give him a test. If he failed the opportunity, then he failed. I mean, but it's like with anything, bro. We always put people to the test. They say they're about it. They say they're about something, and we gonna see. I mean, oh, they say they're about something, we gonna see. And if y'all see what's happening now, even with the beef and stuff, if y'all seeing what's happening now with the little beefy stuff on social media, you see dudes is going to prison, bro. Dudes is going to jail now. Like, this is, nothing is sacred no more, bro, which is sad. So those that do keep it official, those that do still stick to the code, those that do still have honor and respect, I mean, those individuals that need to be pushed. Oh, those individuals that need to be pushed. For real. Facts. I like that he said that. I'm gonna go check your album too. That thing great, yo, Henny. That thing crazy, bro. That thing crazy. I was about to play this. Hold up. Oh, I'm about to play this one. Hey, yo, it is. Tell me what y'all think about this one. Tell me what y'all think about this.
Chains cut deep. I'm still here. In a world of debauchery, where does the moral man stand? In an environment where everything is fake, where does realness lie? In a bed of thorns, it seems, where the streams of my blood is testimony to my authenticity. And the screams of my soul bear witness to the triumph over oppression. My tears show my exertion and persistence, persistently moving forward, whether progressing to the depth of hell or busting through the bottom and walking out its gates. Progression is a must. Progression is what keeps me sane. Dormitories of dormancy where insanity breeds and feeds on a fecal mind. Focus on matter like that really matters. When the spirit is suffering, when knowledge is sport commentaries and what's new in commissary. I'm tired of smelling this bullshit, downgraded and paraded like this is something to celebrate. Disintegrated cultures and Alzheimer's infected wisdom to infected prisons where I became a man, and then I became ashamed at the length of my ignorance. Knowing my own hands dug my grave. Diligent was my plans to die till I seen the eyes of a slave and recognized I'm still in chains. I'm still in chains.
what y'all think? What y'all think though? Real shit. Nah, bro. Listen. All of these shits promote like that type of. It's like that type of vibe, bro. That type of vibe, bro. Is even a drawing. I got a drawing there. You know, those that been in prison before understand. Like when you, like you got wifey or whatever. You go get on the phone. You try and lay something down to her, and some shit jump off in the yard, and you got to get off the phone, or the phone cut off before you can finish like showing your love and shit to her. And it's back to this madness. But bro, the album this is gonna be, when I say something changing, like everybody that's been hitting me that I've been letting hear it, been like, yo, bro, what the fuck did you just do? Like, what did you do? It's almost like it's like bringing what motherfucker go through behind the pen. It's like bringing that shit out here and putting it in music form and giving it to people to feel it. You know what I'm saying? Actually see and feel it and internalize it and make them understand like, damn, this is the fuck I be going through? This would be in your mind up there? I'm like, hell yeah. Oh, motherfuckers don't understand that shit. Like, they just be thinking, oh, motherfucker going to joint. You just caught up in some shit and you ain't thinking. Like, you just there. Like, you're in prison. You're not thinking about being better. You're not thinking about your children. You're not thinking about your family, your wife. You know what I'm saying? You ain't thinking about, like, losing your mother, your father. You know what I'm saying? Losing family members inside of there. You ain't thinking about, man, if I come out my cell tomorrow, shit might go down. Like, I might die tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I might not make it home because I gotta go put some work on. I got beef with these dudes over here. Nigga, they get busy just like I get busy. So we gonna see what happened. You know what I'm saying? And really understanding that, dealing with the realness of a situation. Like, nigga, we don't know what could happen the next day. Nigga, when I sell clothes, you in there, nigga, shit been going wrong. You ain't hear from your people, no mail, no letter, no visit, no nothing. You in the box, or you sitting there and you stuck, stressed, trying to figure out like, damn, how the hell I'm gonna get through? So then you just start working out, start doing push-ups or whatever, just work out. You just start doing something to occupy your mind. Whether you on a gate talking, you playing chess, you in there working out, you reading a book, but you just trying to escape that situation some way. And I was one of those, like, sometimes you have a rare individual. I was one of those, nigga, I wasn't trying to escape nothing. Like, nigga, I took a situation for what it was. Like, this is reality. This is it. Nigga, I was sitting in there, nigga, I know I had 25 to life. It was a possibility I was never coming home. I realized that. I was a big homie. I already had a crazy reputation, like how the police looked at me and everything. So I knew parole board, anything else, I knew that was out the window. I'm like, man, they ain't giving me no parole board. They already got me labeled. You know what I'm saying? I'm already labeled as somebody that's smart, an organizer, it is. So actually seeing that is just like, what you gonna do with your life? You know what I'm saying? Really, what you gonna do with your life? And I had to ask myself that. What you gonna do with your life, man? Seriously. You gonna sit here, you gonna be stuck. You gonna just keep banging. From jail to jail to jail, box, moving around. Yeah, it's me, bro. Yeah, you just gonna keep doing that shit? That's it? Not gonna build nothing? You're not gonna really leave a legacy behind? Not gonna build a legacy for real? You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do something that's gonna impact your family, your children, your community, the world. You're not gonna do that? It's crazy, bro. And I was always looking at that, man. You know what I'm saying? I was always like that. You checking myself before anything. Always like that. Checking myself before anything, bro. Before anything. But I ain't gonna be on it too long, man. You know, I think I did a little too much, but I'm here, man. Show me, man. Make sure, I'm about to be out of here. Make sure y'all get that album, though, man. Caricatures of Pain, The Trial of Kevin Ford. Bro, make sure y'all look that up. Look that up, bro. I'm trying to see how I can leave a message. How can I put the message in the chat? I don't even know how to do that. Oh. I don't even know how to. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Pin message. No, not that message. Not that message. You too, bro. So the thing is, Kevin, the trial of Kevin Ford, caricatures of pain. I don't know how to do the message thing right now because I'm on my phone. I'm trying to pull this up to see how I can write a message in here. I don't see it. Start a poll. I see start a poll. Channel activity, pin message, report. Okay, I think that's how I do it. Chat filter all messages. Show all messages. Henny, you found it? Hey, yo, do me a favor, Henny. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat for me. I'm trying to figure out how to do this message thing on my phone. I can do it if it's on the laptop, but I don't see how to do it on the phone. But put it in the chat for me, please. All right, finally. Yo, Henny, please put that in the chat for me, bro. He put that in the chat for me, man. Because they wanted to hear it. They wanted to see it. So Henny just got he just pulled the album up, bro. Listen, he just got it. He put it in the chat for y'all to see it. Well, I don't see it. Chat filter. There you go. Thank you. There you go right there. Yo, everybody that's in the chat, the album right there, I'm going to pin it. I got to pin my boy message. That's the album right there. Look at R. Henny here. I put it inside there. Make sure y'all go check that shit, bro. Please, bro. I'm telling y'all, like, it's worth it. It's worth it, bro. It's not just no regular music. Yeah, trap, it ain't none of that, bro. This shit is like, it's thoughtful, it's inspiring. That shit gonna make you feel something. This shit is like, yeah, Lord. This shit that motherfucker be needing to hear.
Don't come back to this desolate manifestation of nightmares. Strip searches and that light glare that hit you in your eye every night on account. Tear after tear after tear after tears of society's product, numbered and labeled. Watching generations pass, counting each sand, dreaming of beaches, wandering in search of nothing. A silent land where tears stain my bones and skeletal arms wrap around hope. Back come never, can't wait, but waiting is all there is. Wasting so close to tears, tasting freedom on the tip of my soul. Oh Lord, I ain't going back no more. I ain't going back no more. I ain't going back no more. No more. Oh Lord, I ain't going back no more. I ain't going back.
Some nigga had that, nigga. We get to the money now, nigga. Take care of the family, having fun, getting money.
I can't wait to never come back. Don't come back to where the sun's warmth is rape and the birds chirping poison and endless assault on your essence, oppression's intake loitering. On your path to redemption, the beast awaits, but you realize it's you inside that beast and it's you faced and him and her. It's scars, but you will not break. Shit, eat, wash, can't forget sleep, all in the same space, but you will not break. No commissary, you will not break. No phone, you will not break. No visits, you will not break. I will not break. Allah, Ya Allah, you should have guided me on a straight path, the path of those of whom there is not going astray. Guide me, guide me.
Listen, told y'all, this shit fire. Make sure that it's pinned up there right now. The Trial of Kevin Ford, Caricatures of Pain. Make sure y'all go get that, bro. Seriously. Make sure y'all go get that, man. Make sure y'all go get that, bro. It is not a game. Seriously, bro. Something totally different. It ain't what y'all used to hearing. None of that, bro. Make sure y'all go get that. All right. Salute.